I recently completed an office refresh for a beautiful client, and she has allowed me to film it and create a video, which I'm so grateful for. And I have been creating the content for this for months. I'm so excited to finally be able to pull it all together and show you the before, the after, the good, the bad, what worked, what didn't, my DIYs, the ideas, the pros and cons of what I used, and where my priorities were of making this space feel amazing. My client works by herself in her office. She's only there part-time-ish. She also works from home sometimes. She deserved an amazing little space, and I am so happy she loves it. And I thought I would bring you along. I've been creating the content for a few months, so let's pull it all together and see what happened. Hi everyone, I'm Jade. I'm an interior decorator and stylist here in Australia, and I am loving creating spaces for people who just want to feel good. I love thrifting and a bit of DIY. So if those are things that you are interested in, I would love you to hit subscribe and like this video if you find it helpful. There'll be quite a few little DIY hints and tips. So yeah, let's jump in. Of course, we're going to jump into a before shot. Look at those beautiful picture rails. I can't wait to use those. We are not painting and we are not changing anything structurally. This is a rented space, but I could see the potential already. My heart flutters a little. I was like so excited. And part of my process is then going into some inspiration, figuring out what the client likes, what's staying, what we will use as the inspiration. And as you can see, that art and rug are the hero here. I then pulled some colors, and just to see the fabrics and sizes and colors really bring this space together. I was really excited that the rug had so many tones. That was pretty awesome. Next, we go into getting to know the client. Now, this is really important to me. I want to know how the client wants to function in the space and their needs. That's really important. And of course, the measuring and planning, that is making sure everything is to scale. This is really important. So when you order items, they're all correct. Now, my first list was a DIY ideas list. I had a pin board, potential cushions in a certain fabric, a plant stand, and some MDF on the back of the shelves just to help add some dimension. I started with the pin board. I went to the hardware store, checked out some timbers. I knew I wanted to use some really cool thick foam. That worked a treat. I found some really pretty fabric and used my staple gun to connect them all together. It turned out really great. My client had some really special cards and important little things that I felt that she should have on show, and they remind her of happy moments. I had so much fun placing this onto the pin board. It was actually one of my favorite things to do in the whole refresh. Next was some sewing. I love sewing. It's one of my favorite DIY kind of things to do. I knew I wanted a couple of cushions that matched in different shapes and sizes, and I had seen this done before, and I really wanted to try it with a pattern. I feel like it turned out really cool, and the colors were absolutely perfect for the space. Now let's chat a mishap. I went to move this. I had cleared everything off and went to move it, and the legs almost gave way. I was like, oh gosh, what have I done? Anyway, realized it was just the legs needed tightening. I ran home, grabbed an Allen key and fixed her up like brand new, flipped her over, gave her a good old clean, and set her back up in the place that she needed to be. Now, getting through those DIY lists was the pinboard, and the cushions were basically done. I was really happy with how quickly those items came together. The MDF on the back of the shelves was really easy and straightforward. That was a tick in the box for me. Now, the only thing that was a big red cross was the plant stand. It did not work out the way I thought. It was a bit of a disaster actually, but I pivoted. I changed my ideas, and I'm so happy I did, because watching the ivy trail on the shelving was absolutely beautiful and probably way better than my original thought. The second real plant is a rubber tree. It is beautiful, but definitely needed some fresh soil, a new stake, and it's absolutely loving life, and I'm really happy we kept that one in here. I threw up a GoPro, of course. This was a Friday. I spent a whole entire day and a half, probably in total, doing this install. Everything was ready to go. I just needed to get it done. A big mess as always in the during part. And here is a before shot. I love doing before shots because you don't realize how good something can look until you look at the before. I absolutely love doing before shots. I do often forget, but this one I was very conscious and knew that I needed some before shots. And a big, huge drum roll. And this is the final look. So here we are in the final look. The priorities for the space were definitely a lighting, a mood, cozy, and somewhere for my client to feel productive and creative. Now, how cute is that little lamp? Gosh, I love lighting. I've used smart globes in this space so they can change color and change intensity depending on the season, and they are all controlled by a little remote controller that my client absolutely loves. It's easy to push them on and off. Beautiful artworks. I'm so incredibly happy with how they have turned out. The last few seconds before she walked in and the reveal happened. She was so happy. I am so grateful and so thankful I turned the camera on, because it was very cool to watch afterwards. And of course there is a beautiful view that I was hoping to capture for the entire time. Thanks so much to my client Mel. I'm Jade. I hope you've had a great time watching. I would love you to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.